Before the world knew his name, Vin Diesel was a young man fighting for a place in an industry that seemed determined to ignore him. He had no powerful Hollywood family behind him, no guaranteed path to fame, and no certainty that anyone would ever recognize his talent. Yet hidden behind his quiet expression was a level of determination. The question was how far he would go to make it happen. Vin Diesel was born Mark Sinclair on July 18, 1967, in Alameda County, California. He was raised in New York by his mother, Delora Shirlene Vincent, alongside his fraternal twin brother, Paul. His biological father was absent from his upbringing, while his mother later married Irving H. Vincent, a drama teacher and theater manager who became his stepfather. Growing up around theater gave Diesel an early connection to acting and storytelling. At only 7 years old, Diesel stepped onto a stage at the Theater for the New City in New York. He continued performing during his youth and developed an interest in movies. As a teenager and young adult, however, his life was far from glamorous. He worked as a nightclub bouncer while auditioning for acting jobs. The experience made him physically tough and taught him how to deal with pressure and rejection. Diesel attended Hunter College in New York, where he studied English, but he eventually left college because he wanted to build a career in filmmaking. Hollywood did not immediately open its doors. Instead of waiting for someone to rescue his career, he decided to create his own opportunity. In 1994, he wrote, directed, produced, and starred in Multifacial, a short film inspired by his own struggles as a multiracial actor trying to find work. The film was selected for the Cannes Film Festival in 1995. That moment changed his life. His work led to Strays, a feature film that premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in 1997. Then came the opportunity that could have disappeared in seconds. Steven Spielberg noticed Diesel's talent and cast him in Saving Private Ryan in 1998. His performance brought wider attention, and Hollywood began seeing him differently. He followed with roles in films including Boiler Room and the science fiction thriller Pitch Black, where he introduced audiences to Richard B. Riddick. But 2001 changed everything. Diesel became Dominic Toretto in The Fast and the Furious. The movie's combination of street racing, action, cars, friendship, and family turned into a worldwide phenomenon. Dominic Toretto became Diesel's signature character, and Diesel became one of the franchise's creative forces as well as its star. He expanded his action career through XXX, The Chronicles of Riddick, and later Riddick. He showed a different side in The Pacifier and Find Me Guilty. In 2014, he entered the Marvel Universe as the voice of Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy. Although Groot speaks very few words, Diesel's voice helped make the character unforgettable. He later voiced Groot in Avengers, Infinity War, Avengers, Endgame, and other Marvel projects. The Fast franchise became even more personal after the death of Paul Walker in 2013. Walker had been Diesel's close friend and co-star, and Diesel honored their bond. Their friendship became part of the emotional identity of the franchise, especially through Furious 7. Diesel continued leading the series through The Fate of the Furious, F9, and Fast 10. He starred in Bloodshot in 2020 and continued developing projects through his production company, One Race Films. Outside acting, he became known as a producer and filmmaker who wanted greater creative control over his stories. His personal life has remained private. Diesel has 3 children with his partner, model Paloma Jimenez. Family has remained deeply important to how he talks about his career and his Fast and Furious character. By 2024, Diesel had become one of Hollywood's most recognizable action stars. But his journey did not stop there. In 2025 and 2026, he continued working on new projects, including the next Fast and Furious chapter. In 2026, he was reported to be filming Fast Forever, the final film of the main franchise scheduled for 2028. A Fast and Furious television project was announced for development at Peacock, while Diesel was attached to write and star in a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie. From a 7-year-old stage performer to a global movie icon today, Vin Diesel's story is ultimately about refusing to disappear. The boy who once struggled to get cast built his own door into Hollywood, and then turned that door into a worldwide empire.